Alright, let us take a look at how we can create our first article. In the previous video, we looked at how to create a Yukusite. I guess you should be able to do that. And before doing that, please, you can't follow this video because you'll get lost. Just create a Yukusite and you follow this. Alright, let us get started. First things first, you have to log in. So when you click on login, you have to put your credentials. We already know all this. So when you log in, let us wait for it to come. The feeds page will be loaded, and when the feeds page is loaded, you already know what happens in the feeds page. If you're getting lost, again, please, you have to look for a video which is describing this page. Then finally, if you want to now start writing, remember this is the page everyone sees when they're logged in, including people who don't have Yukusite. So right now we already have Yukusite, so we just want to write an article there, and now we just come to this area of the screen. That is if you're using a laptop, which I think writing articles with a laptop is better. Yeah, but because when you try to write with a phone, the editor which is given to you is very basic. So you're supposed to write articles with computers or laptops, such that you will get the best services ever. You will get to appreciate Yukusite for that. Yukudemi team, I know. So for you to switch to that page of authors where you can now start writing articles, you just come to this name. This one will be having your name. Then if you have some profile image, it will come here. I've not set that, but I will set it. So I just come to switch to author page, right? So when you switch, it will load for you the drafted articles page. That's why it is telling you, oops, you don't have any drafted articles yet. Please get started with writing your first draft by clicking here. So you could click that and you continue, but I want to show you how to create an article using this navigation bar, which you will always find when you switch to authors page. So when you switch to authors page, you'll find this logo, you'll find site. Then that means anything which you want to do as an author is found in this page, and you can do all of them just within these 4 or 5 links. So they are drafted. Okay, let me click on site. You'll find new Aries, edit Yukusite, and upload new site logo. Fine. Then there is under drafted, you find drafted articles and drafted poems. Then under published, you'll find published articles and published poems. Then also under new article, you'll find writing new article and new poem, right? So I think these ones are straightforward. Drafted articles and drafted poems are actual poems or articles which you're working on but you have not yet published. The ones you wrote and you saved, there is always some option there, save as a draft. So you will see that they will come here, that if you click on this, it will still bring us to this page, which is saying oops, because we don't have. Then published, just like the way its name is sounding, it just shows you all the articles you have published and also all the poems you have published, if in case you have published any. Right now it is wastage of time for us to actually click because we will get 0. We have not done anything. So then there's new article where you can put new article and also new poem. Right, fine. So we are now here to create new article, but just wanted to introduce you to such that you can know this page also to some level. For you to create an article, you must be having a category where you're supposed to put them under. Remember, you can write different articles and you group them under different categories. Then when I talk of categories, Yukudemi doesn't know that in that manner. It calls it Aries. So next time when you're talking about your categories, you say, I think let me go and create my Aries. The name is here. Aries. It is just a group or a collection of articles of the same caliber. So if I have articles which are going to talk about some social issues I put there. If I have a category which I want to just write about any other thing like African ways of doing things, I also have that category. I have some category for writing mathematics. Yeah, I put that. But then now we are not calling them categories. We are calling them areas here. But if you try to look for this, the meaning of this, it is just actually ego nest. So that you'll now look for it on your own. But I'm just going to tell you how to create it and also how to put articles within that. So it is just like you're creating a nest where you're going to lay eggs in as an ego. So I'm going to show you how to create the nest and also to put the eggs inside the nest. Nest areas. The eggs articles. So fine. So let us go and start writing areas. If you're still getting confused, you can still come and click on this question mark, and to bring you this, it will talk more about that. Areas are nice ways of organizing your articles or poems. So they replace the old article categories. You can read that, and also you get some note. Fine. You won't be able to create an article, not even a poem, if your Yukusite does not possess at least one area. That's what we are going to do. You can read that one later. But we are going to do what we are just going to create an area. For you to create an area, you come to site. Then when you click on site, you will get 4 options. New area, areas, then the rest are for working on the site. So I'm going to talk about the first two. When you have some areas created already, you come to areas, so it will just take you to the areas you have already created. But since we have not yet created any, we are coming to new area. This is our first time. You switch to author page, then you come to site, then new area. So when you click on new area, you'll get this page. This page will be having area type. So this area type is supposed to help Yukusite to distinguish between poetry areas and also article areas. Remember I told you that you can write both articles and poems from the same interface. So this is actually the author page where you can write both. Now we want to create a general article. The one for poem, you can always create another one for it. The description of areas is very clear that you can create as many as you wish, as long as you can keep track of all and write about them. So when you're creating area, you first have to select the category or the type of the area, either general article or poetry. Then you have to give the title of the area, then you give a description of the area, then finally write the summary of what is going to happen in the area. So let us start with the title. Titles are always okay. This is an area. It is called social issues. Then that means this person is going to write, this is the description, which is saying social issues, also called social conflict, or what, the blah 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 that. Then after that, there is the summary of what will happen. Articles in this area will be about social problems that are barriers to development and progress. So this one is just a summary of what will happen in the area. So this one is to help somebody who accesses your site and tries to look for your areas. This one can give a brief description of what the person can get from the area. Remember, in future, possibly people will be able to purchase areas. So somebody will be able to see how much can I get, how much can I gain from this area before I can purchase it. So those privileges are very ahead. So right now we really need to focus on getting silver authorship before we can get all those other ones. So let us start the writing. We go back to our page. So we are creating new area. We have selected general article. Now we are supposed to select a title. So what title can I put? I'm going to put psychology. So my title is psychology. So that means under that area, I'm just going to write articles which are related to psychology. So that means I have to describe it here. I'm describing the area. Again, I will just use some values here. Let me use this. when I'm creating the areas. Okay, let me just copy this. But you're supposed to be knowing your description. I'm just showing you this because I can't leave this one blank. Then if I put, I think it is looking disorganized this side, that means the alignment is not okay. So the only thing I will do here is to just come to my writing and highlight, and I justify. The rest of the editing and doing a lot of things using this editor, we shall talk about it later, but the best thing right now is just to concentrate on the words. Then also a summary of that. So this summary is just like what I told you, writing what you're going to write about in this area. So you describe the area, and also now you write a summary of what will happen there. So yeah, it looks hectic, but I think it is very necessary that you're supposed to do that, such that your area can well be understood by somebody outside there. So after writing that, I just click save area. So it will say a new article category has been successfully created. So just know that areas are actually categories. So if it was poem category, it would even put your new poem category has been successfully created. So it is an information to us. Now this time, if I go to site and I go to areas, I'll get my psychology area there. Having it has survived only for what? A lot anyway. That I told you I was using dummy data. So the description was there, and this is the description, and this is the summary. Fine. So the summary comes first, then the description. That means each time you do something and your site the area is being referenced, it is just the summary which is shown. But if somebody can visit this, the person will see the description even. So I think that is okay. Now we have created our areas, and let us go back to our page. So this is our page, and now I want to write. We have one area, we want to write an article. So for you to write an article, you come to new article and you just select new article. So when I select that, you'll find that I will have this page. This page will be showing along this you will get the areas which you have. Right now I just have one area with 0 articles and 0 reads. So this area is called psychology. So if we add another, it will appear also here. Then also we can edit, I will show that later, but then let us create this article. So when we are creating a new article, I told you go up to new article and you select new. So when you do that, you will be presented with this. So an article requires a title, then also the article itself, then after the article you have to write a summary for it. So then you also have to select the area here which you are going to write in. To show this, let me create another area. You go to site, then new area, then still general article, then title is, let me use this lorem. This again, but just remember that this is supposed to be a title for the category, the heading for a category, I mean. So you're not supposed to just be copying people's descriptions like that I'm copying here. But this site is for me to just help you show. Let me write a description for it. Then also a summary. You already know what summary is and also what description is. So I save the area. Alright, fine. So let us go. When we go to our new article, you'll find that we need to select the area here, the area which it will fall under. So if this one will show us the first area which we have we created when we were creating our first article. But then each time you add some area, it will appear in this list. That if you want now to put in another one, you just have to select. If I want to put in lorem ipsum, I select. Then I put the title. I'm going to use lorem. So I'm going to use what is lorem actually as the title of my article and paste here. And then I give it the article body, this, the article body as this one. So just don't mind about what I'm doing. I'm just showing you how to write. So here you'll be typing your things, introduction, blah blah. You already know how you can organize your article. If not, then you can read other people's articles and you'll see how they organize theirs, and it will help you very much. So after doing this, I can now just select all. Then after selecting my text, basic editing, I'll just do justifying, and the rest you can always get how to do that. I'll show you that later, but right now we're just concentrating on creating the first article. Then you have to write a summary. This summary is supposed to be having 50 words. That if you fail to reach 50 words here, there's no way you will be allowed to save the draft. You'll still be brought back here to continue writing the an article summary. So the summary is again summarizing what you are writing here. So I think you can't fail to write a summary when you have written an article. No, it is impossible, because you already know this one. You're giving the reader a brief highlight about what the person will get as a content here in the article. So after doing this, remember this one has not yet been saved, so we are supposed to save it. But before saving, we're supposed to check the area where it is appearing. It is under lorem. I want to put it there. Fine. Then there I save the draft. So when I save the draft, this time around I don't have oops. So I have what is lorem ipsum, and it is telling me that it was drafted on this date, posted on lorem ipsum. This is our site name, by the way, if you still remember. So don't care about the words I've written here. But then under it, this one is under what? Drafted articles. It has not yet been published. That's why you're seeing published article here and edit article, right? So I'm going to do another thing, that now assuming I had very many drafted articles here, I want to check. I just come to drafted, I go to drafted articles. So you'll find that I have this one. There's what is a lorem ipsum, then another one will be under it here, just in a card, then also another one in a card. Right now you can see from our area in this section, we already have one article and one draft, and also, but we still have 0 reads. So all right, so here you can preview, you can edit, and also you can publish. Let us do it one by one. Let us start by previewing. So preview helps you to see how it will appear to people outside there when you publish. So let us preview it. It is very important. It is just like what you do when you want to print some document. You preview before you print. So when you preview, you'll see how it looks. I think the font is very okay. Okay. Alright. So when you preview, you can either publish or edit depending on what you have got. If it is not okay, you can go back to edit article. If there's something you want to change, like I saw something, did you see anything? No, I think okay, fine. But we can change something. Dummy text of the printing and what? Oh, okay, let me change this. This is a repetition, instead of putting lorem, now I can refer it to this. Yeah, so it has been the industries. Yeah, I think that is okay. So I've made some change, but you're not supposed to look for changes like that. But then you're supposed to understand that each time you go back to edit, the category will change to the first one which you ever created. So each time you go back to edit article or you're creating new article, you're supposed to select the category which you want it to go under. Lorem ipsum. You can see that we wanted to publish under lorem, but still psychology now has come in. So you're supposed to go back to lorem. Then after doing that, I think that is the only important thing which I wanted to show. When you edit, you click on save draft again, and then when it loads, we are ready to publish. That one I don't want to read it again. So when we go here, this is the preview, and then we publish. I'm going to click on publish, and I'm done. It will say the article has been successfully published. Then oops, you don't have any drafted article. Yukusite expects us to be writing almost every time. It's fine. So sometimes you can publish and you again read from outside, you find that there's some issue, or people's comments are telling you, please, people are telling you that please you work on this grammar is not okay. You go to published articles, and then you unpublish it. That one only happens again when you are in the author's page. You publish article. I don't want that article to appear anywhere, so I will unpublish it. So after unpublishing, it will tell me that you don't have any published articles yet. Yeah, I published and brought it back again. So that was terrible. Then that means it can be found in draft again. I go to draft, articles. Yeah, my lorem is still here. So I can edit it now or publish. Alright, thank you so much. After that, just like the way I told you that writing articles in fonts will be, you will not get the best experience, I mean. So I think I will not show you how to do that. But still, you could. It is just not so difficult. Just the same things. Cite, drafted, publish, just the same thing. Just know they are hidden under menu. So everything we have looked at, you can still do with the phone. But then the editor which was given for smartphones is very light, because Udemy or Yukusite developers didn't want your phone to freeze just because you want to access the site now. So it makes it very fast also on your phone as the way it is fast on computers. So thank you so much. I think I'll log out from here. Alright. Oh, fine. I think we are done.